What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the 10th episode of The Silly and the Serious. Took 10 episodes to actually get the name right perfectly, but hey, we're here.
It's hard out here.
We're here. It is hard out here. I'm broke. I'm hungry. We ain't got no more Department of Education. We done invested in, we didn't invest in. The United Emirates invested $1 trillion into us over the next 10 years. So basically, they just bought a piece of America, but whatever.
Basically.
But other than that, I'm pretty good in these streets.
I'm all right.
You all right?
A little something. I mean, yeah, I still got my sanity, I think.
If you got to think, you don't have it.
Just saying. We living in some weird ass times.
Weird, confusion, scary. We'll endure.
Oh, I thought you was about to bust out a Kendrick Lamar line. Like,
I don't.
But you did it. I don't. You did it.
I embarrassed myself. And then it's all over.
Then it's all over? Okay.
It's all over. Fair. All right, so you're good?
I'm good.
I'm good. All right, enough of the banter. Into the episode. So today we're talking about relationships. And really we want to get into what are relationships and how can we better ourselves to react according to those relationships. So let's start with saying, what is a relationship, basically? Because when people hear relationship, they hear the word, they think it's people intimate, like, no, that's my boyfriend, that's my girlfriend, or however you want to do it.
Right.
So what is a relationship?
Relationships, to me, come in different levels. There's friendship. There's associates. There's toxic relationships. There's family relationships. There's relationships that require only entertainment, or, there's...
Those usually toxic, too.
Right. User relationships. There's all different variations of relationships. I think what matters most is if the both parties agree on the current relationship that they have.
Ooh, both parties agree. Like my oohs. I've been working on my oohs.
Ooh.
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 We can say this one. No? Okay.
No.
Okay. Okay, so to me, pretty much the same thing. A relationship is just basically something that you have with somebody, whether it's a significant other or a friend or even a coworker, how you interact with each other.
Right.
It's different levels to everything. Every friendship doesn't start off as best friends.
Right.
You have to play your position on one level before you move to the next level.
Or maybe they do. Some of these people out here look real weird and want to be instant best friends. Like if it's something that you just like, when you make Kool-Aid, it's like, oh, I got the water, you got the powder. Like, people is weird.
They are weird.
Sorry.
And no, you're 100% right. This is why
sometimes people like to rush into things like immediately, and it is for me it's off-putting. But when I realize it, I still respect the space. But I'd be like,
I remove myself from that space. If I just met you, like say we just met 10 minutes ago, and we vibed out, you were cool. Right. I'm not gonna go, oh, that's my friend.
Yeah, I think
I'm like, oh, I met this person, they was cool. I probably want to chill with them again or something like that.
I think some people crave having relationships. I think that they didn't fix how they weren't able to keep relationships in their past. And now, instead of them doing the work that needs to be done in a real way, they just instantly try to, again, make best friends out of Kool-Aid.
Pretty much forcing the same thing that you just did to have the same result.
Right.
So we're going to talk about 5 different types of relationships today. We're going to talk about friendships, relationships, intimate, entertainment, familial relationships, and my favorite, toxic relationships, which any one of those can actually fit into.
Why he like the toxic one?
Those are the ones you get to see the videos on the internet about. Him on the hood of the car, she driving it. Those are.
Hood cinema. Of the car is crazy.
I ain't never seen that.
I haven't.
You never seen those videos?
No, the videos.
Oh,
yeah, I thought you meant in person. I'm like, I'm like, I know I look like I got mad crazy friends, but in honesty, I don't. My list of crazy friends is not that long.
Just out of respect that most of your friends know me, I'm going to agree with that. Because I don't want to get beat up.
Y'all heard that?
I remember them 30 chicks outside the job. You know what I mean? Not going to get me. Anyway, so let's start off with friendships. All right. Friendships to me, out of all the relationships, are the closest thing to actually being in an intimate relationship with someone. It's basically the same, and to me, it's basically the same thing, except you don't have like the actual intercourse.
Right, right.
But everything else is the same thing. You have to, make time for that person, be there for that person when they need you. Sometimes you can't get 50-50, it's 80-20 and things like that. But I think, like you said, the term friendship is thrown around a little too easy,
It is.
too quickly. I've always been the type of person where I meet someone, I'm like, oh, they're cool. Oh, I'm be honest. When I first meet anybody, I don't like them. I don't like you. I have to feel like you have to earn me liking you. Why should I automatically like you? And I just mention I don't know you.
Who told him that his earnings was like so good to get?
I'm pretty dope. But I think you should feel the same way. Why would you automatically like me when you don't know me? You have to get to know me before you decide you like me.
No, and I'm in agreement. I think I just, as some of my friends call me little Silverlinia over here.
Yeah.
I am very like optimistic about friendships. Like I'm like, oh hey.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh hey, I'm very social. But I think that my socialization can get confused with like tying the friendship knot.
Yeah, I will say out of the two of us, you definitely are the I will talk to anybody in the room
I will.
person versus I like this person better not talk to me at all. Like I use my friends, my actual friends, as my family, So I'm very selective of who I even dare to let in the beginning stage of that circle. So for me, if your energy's right, I can hang out with you a couple times, but it's not going to be like we're hanging out one on one.
Right.
That you got a while before you can get me to want to hang out with you one on one.
Understandable.
Like if they're cool, okay, cool, that's great. Let's keep hanging out in this settings. But I have people like you, like Vic and all of them, where I know somebody, I'm close with them, and then we can be in that setting together.
Right.
And then once you pass those vibe checks,
things mature and
like, hey, you want to go check the thing? And I may be like, is this person gonna be there? If I feel you're cool enough and you pass that level, I'll try it.
Not the who all gonna be there.
I'm a who gonna be there person. Who in there? They coming? I'm not coming.
Yeah, I'm not a who all gonna be there.
I'm a who gonna be there because I know me. That wasn't supposed to happen. I know me.
I'm like,
and I know if your energy is off towards me, you're putting that negative. I'm not gonna just sit there and just ignore it. I'm gonna address it.
So I haven't been around, like I haven't been in spaces where I don't know the people and I'm just learning them, and their energy has been off-putting. I think that I've been around a lot of people who are energy vulture hiders.
Ooh, that's another thing we need to talk about. Energy
and
vultures.
I just made that up.
No, like, that's a real thing.
But it is a real thing. So, and sometimes, unfortunately, I don't see that energy until way, down the line or whatever the case may be. Because the one thing about me, I am not looking for the negative immediately.
Right. You're a person. You like to give people chances to be, because when you first meet somebody, it's weird in a way.
Right.
So your energy might not be perfect.
I could be friends with an atheist.
I mean,
I'm like, oh, you don't believe in God? Like,
that's definitely not a deterrent for me. I'm like, all right.
I'm like, oh, good luck.
Yeah, I mean, because at the end of the day, with that, we don't know what happens then. When it's over, it's over.
It's over, right? And so
we hope.
So I just want to, basically help people understand that I'm never really on a level of like, hell no. It has to be something that makes me be like,
Nah, I've always read people's energy. I'm a very good judge of character. I have a great track record of that. I judge all the energy. I have the best judgment.
Oh no.
I have the best. Nobody knows about judging other people's energy more than I do.
Yes. I've been knew this.
I've been knew this. No one knows. I promise you. I guarantee it. But I'm a very good judge of character. Not to say that I won't give people a chance. But once I see you acting a certain way and all that, I'm like, there is an arm's distance until I see otherwise. So once you hit certain levels, like then you really like you get a lot of loyalty out of me. You get a lot of me
Right.
and my time and my space, and I value my time and my space. So for you to get to the level and then betray that or do something like that, I'm a
Here's the
grudge holder.
here's the thing with betrayal. Whatever you think it is, I might not think it is.
Right.
And vice versa, right?
Right.
Because I think that people define loyalty
Oh,
in completely
for
different
sure.
ways. Because
Especially that goes with era and
boy,
everything.
do I have a story for that. But
You want to tell it on air, or you'll tell it
oh
off
no, I can tell it on here.
Okay.
People's loyalty definition is just
I
like
definitely agree with that.
like
Right. But that also is a deterrent for me to continue on with you. Because once I see your certain views of things, and not everything, but like loyalty doesn't line up with mine, okay, well, I'm not saying I can't mess with you, but you might go back down a few.
pegs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I even decide to mess with you at all. I've cut ties with people. I will cut you off in the blink of an eye. But I'm not the type that'll you MF. I don't do that. If I cut you off, I'm gonna say the same thing.
I will say this. I have cut intimate relationships off at a snip of a hat. And I don't do that to my friendships. And I think
Right.
that I've done a disservice in that, if that makes sense.
It does. It does.
I think I've done a complete disservice.
What are you trying to say? Are you gonna do this on camera?
It's time to cut the cord. No,
but I hear what you're saying. Like,
no, I've given,
But that's your version of loyalty,
right? I think, yeah, but I think that it just shows like how strong I can be about my partners and intimacy versus like the amount of chances I give friends, and it's just like maybe it should just simply be across the board.
I can see your argument for that. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I definitely see your argument for that. Like this is the standard.
And again, this is all personality based for the most part, but more so personality, because it's like I think I've been loyal to a fault to some people for absolutely no reason. It's just that.
Man, I can't wait for people to watch this and be like, "Oh, she talking about me." That's dope. Oh man, I know she talking about me. But within that same realm of having that loyalty, I'm not saying you're not loyal to everybody on the same level, but your partner is not going to have the same level of loyalty versus your friends. Some people might put their friends above.
Right.
Some people might put their partner above. Me, I'm gonna put my partner first, always, both of them. You come before my friends because our connection is deeper. It should be.
I think that I've placed my friends above my partners at times, because if I feel like I'm in a space where when you're in a marriage, it should be your partner, then your friends.
Right.
But to me, when you're not in a marriage, it would be my friends and then my partners, only because they're going to always be here. A partner might not be, especially not in marriage necessarily. Right. So that's where I'm listening. That's where my thoughts were back then, because I always felt like friends are consistent. They're always there. Whereas your partners might not be so much, which is why I was so hard on the view that I had. And now I'm like, maybe I did myself a disservice and I should have equaled the playing field.
Not all your friends are always going to have the same level of loyalty within each other towards you.
Right.
Which is why we have best friends and, you my bestie and all that. Because even when somebody hits the friend level, there's levels to that.
Absolutely.
So when I was, teaching and doing all the stuff, I always told my young boys, when somebody reaches a friend, you can't just be like, oh, this is my man's, this is everybody. There's levels to it. So an acquaintance is somebody you meet and you're cool with. That's a cool dude. I vibe with him. Somebody you mess with, to me, that's above acquaintance. That's like I could ride, I could rock with them. We can go chill. Right? Then you get the friendship level. Now here's where I equate friends. A friend is somebody who, when you're down in the mud, is going to reach down and pull you out of the mud. right? That's a friend to me. Somebody who's like, they see you struggling, whatever you're going
Mhm.
through, and I'm gonna get you out of this. That's a friend.
Or help, because the person that's helping you might not be able to.
Well, here's a best friend is a person who's going to jump in the mud and push you out.
Okay.
That's the level of people I surrounded myself with. I know everybody in my circle are going to jump in that mud and I'm not going to let you self-destruct.
I mean, like, but you expect me to like get my my
Yup.
hair, my nails,
Even these fly ass niggas dirty. because
and like my
because
nails.
once you reach best friend status, you're like you said, you're pretty much family.
Right.
And I know we say blood is thicker than water, but a family that you choose
Right.
versus a family you're born into,
Absolutely.
I think that's a
different.
tighter bond.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm not gonna let
Because
something happen to you.
this is a choice that you've made.
Right.
You're right. You didn't. This wasn't a forced choice.
Right. I wasn't born into this, and I gotta be loyal because I born. It's like, no, you shown me above and beyond. No matter what, you're gonna be there for me. I personally, this is me personally,
Right.
I'm gonna show up for you in that same exact manner. I know for a shadow of doubt, my circle, everybody in my circle, if I need it, is there, no question. They've proven it. They've done it. I'm going to be that same way. So you can't have that relationship with somebody you met Tuesday. I think people try and force that. And then they get shocked when that person doesn't rise to the occasion for them. Oh, I've done for you, never did for me. But did you give it time to let that happen? Did you put them on that level?
Though. You sitting and you jotting down everything you did?
That's another thing.
And I'm not saying, it's just weird to me.
I think
anything
so too.
that I've ever done, I've done from the heart, and I'm not calculating it. Right.
Right.
You know what I mean? So my thing is like, when things get salty between you and a friend, and people like, and I did this, and I did that, and I did this. Someone like me, if I ever got into it with somebody like that, I might not be able to account for what I've done for you fully because I did it from the heart.
Right.
But the one ego thing about me is, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone.
You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. I
promise you.
Right.
And I just I'll walk away. I promise you, I'm going to be the best thing you lost.
Listen, like
seriously,
I was saying, when I cut somebody off, I don't go on the crazy thing. I don't cuss you out.
Right.
I say, listen, we've come as far as we can go. You know, I got everything I needed to get from you as far as learning. It seems you've got everything you need from me. We're on different paths.
Because
I wish you nothing but the best.
What people aren't honest about is that at the end of the day, there are good users and there are bad users.
Mm-hmm. Because let's be real, we're all using each other.
Yeah. I think sometimes when people hear it in that way, it's like, oh, I'm not using nobody, but you are.
You are.
You're using my energy, my time, my space.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
And it isn't. You want to turn up. You know, I'm the turn up person. So it's so yes, you are. It's just not, you're not doing it in a malicious way.
And that's
we all use
good segue into
each other.
Energy vultures.
Oh.
Energy vultures. I know you made that term now, but that is a real thing. There are people who masquerade themselves as, I'm going to be this person in your life to do this. But when they're really there, they see the light and the energy you have, and they want to drain that for themselves. And they feed on that. And you'll notice it. You'll notice when you're in a high place and you get around this person and you're just energy, and then all of a sudden you're low, and now that energy's on 1,000 because they got you to come down.
Yeah. And now you're looking ashy.
Right. And now they got all your good energy.
Dry because
then they disappear. And then you re-up, you get yourself back there.
And they come back around.
And they come back. And they only come back when you're at a high point to drain that energy. Because one, they want to see you down. And two, they're going to feed off your energy.
You know what? But they might not even want to see you down. They just might want your energy.
Those are the unconscious ones.
Right.
I just get the great positive. There are people who are very conscious of that. More so than not.
Okay.
And they want to dump on you all the time, dump their negative shit on you all the time. And you absorb that. And, you know, we have a great relationship where I dump on you, but you dump on me. And I don't say like dump, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I need to learn the art of being able to dump more. I don't dump. I don't.
But even with you not doing that, sometimes it's healthy and good to know that you have somebody that you can do that if you do.
Absolutely.
And that
Absolutely.
right there can strengthen. You know, I hope you know that whenever you need to come to me, I tell
Absolutely. It's just unfortunately, thanks to my strong down south
you
roots,
that. Yeah.
I just be thugging it through.
Yeah. Got the whole world on your back.
Yeah, I really do hate it.
Nah,
Honestly.
Listen, I've told you before. I said,
But-
listen, I can't carry your burden, but I can carry you.
But it's really embedded in my DNA, clearly.
Yeah, well, 2025, time for a change. You can get that change now. You can be whatever you want.
Can I? Can I?
Well, 2024, 2025, you can't do nothing now. We'll see. We're gonna fix that. So that's really what friendship is to me. I don't want to stay too long on friendship because you do have other topics we can get. So pick and choose your friends wisely. There are going to be some ones
you have your friends. You have your friends. Place them in the categories in which they need to be placed.
That's the best way to say that. That's way better. Place them where they need to be placed because not everybody is upper echelon. All right, we're gonna save this one for last because that's what everybody wants to talk about. Let's go to toxic. Oh my god, I love watching toxic relationships.
They're so dangerous.
I don't want to be in them. I don't want to be a part of them.
They're so dangerous.
I like watching them.
Like I tell a story all the time about when I used to work at the shelter, and it was all women and children only. So the catch was if you had a same-sex partner, you would be able to have your partner with you. And the level of violence that these same-sex couples, body slamming each other. Like out of this world. And mind you, I've never encountered that prior to. So to see it in real time, I was like, they killing each other.
They're just working it out.
It was so violent. And the crazy part is that majority of the women that we worked with were DV victims. So here these women go creating a hectic environment for other people who've already been through that. It just was like, y'all gotta go.
Well, were they DV victims or were they working the system? Because I know a couple people.
They were working the system, but they turned into DV victims while in the system.
Well, since you want to be one.
So
that's wild.
That's so toxic.
So I do like to watch. I do like to watch.
I get it. It's entertaining.
I don't like to watch abuse. If I see somebody being abused in that manner, I'm liable to speak up and say something, even though that could be dangerous for myself.
I've learned my lesson with that in my older age.
I've just been like, I'm not built to watch a man beat on a woman. I can't do that. But if a couple's going back and forth, whoo! No, don't let her say that to you, King. She the problem. I'm gonna instigate that. Because man, oh man, I love some good toxicity. That's why we watch all these reality shows, don't we?
Yes. I've seen like couples, people get caught.
Oh man. Cheaters was the best show ever. I'm mad that it doesn't come on anymore.
It does.
Does it come? It came back on?
Oh, Saturday morning when you bored, VH1 is your place to be.
Is it? Yep. It's like new episodes or is it the old episodes?
It's new episodes because Peter Guns.
Oh yeah? I got something else. I know they took it off the air because somebody got stabbed.
No, it comes on. I don't know if the ones with Peter Guns are so new, but he is on there. The biggest cheater of them all. So yeah.
Okay, VH1 Saturday morning.
So whenever you bored.
That's our new cartoons.
Basically. So sad that there is no Saturday cartoons.
The kids missed out, man.
Because if you don't got cable, what do? That's
the best shit. But that's all a part of this whole education that they introduced. But whatever, that's a whole nother thing. We're gonna go way off topic on that one. So yeah, but even within toxic relationships, you gotta know when to get out. You gotta know when to get out. But I think the draw of that, I think people get high off of those things. Because
we all know what it is. This is the best sex I ever had.
Right, because
that is that.
Right. But the problem with the toxic relationships now, it's become too normal to where people are like online, I'm toxic, I'm toxic. I'm like it's a badge of honor.
I'm good.
To be toxic. Like I'm thankful for people who do that on the internet.
I wear the petty badge. badge.
Oh, petty's not toxic. Petty.
But I don't wear the toxic
Petty's-
badge.
Nothing wrong being petty. Okay, I love a good petty.
I bathe in petty. Like I really like
I
it.
love a good petty. I am definitely not on that Michelle Obama train.
Oh,
I ain't going higher.
I don't. You have we heard her say it
I
anymore?
mean, cause she done like, you know what? Maybe I was wrong.
Say no, don't go higher. Go to hell.
I think, but
To hell.
I think toxic relationships are for young folk. I say young people thing.
No, because
And I'm saying that the older people don't have it. I think that's
because these aunties is out here.
right. I'm not saying they don't do it. I think it should be for the young folk because that's when you really find it out
When you're trying to
yourself and-
figure out
right.
things.
You know,
Agreed.
you and your little thotty
It
and
just takes some people a long
man
time
thotty
to
stage.
figure out things.
And that's the problem. So I think once you hit a certain age, ain't no time for games.
It's tiring.
Ain't no time. It's first off, I don't have the energy to keep up the lies. I don't. I'm not saying I don't lie, but 9 times out of 10, I'm like, yeah, okay, listen.
You got me.
Yeah.
You got me.
Yeah, I ate your ice cream. I did. I enjoyed every second of it. Yeah. I knew you were gonna be mad. It made it taste better. I did it. I'm like, there's been times where I've been busted doing stuff I shouldn't be doing. And I'm like, I could lie my way out of this. I'm like, no. Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Yeah, I did it. Yeah. I'm not even mad about it.
But seeing toxic relationships is an entertaining thing to watch. I'm not going to hold you. I mean, I am from the Flavor of Love era.
Right. I love New York.
I watched it all.
Listen, when that white girl spit in New York's face,
Woo!
we was all like, get her for the slaves.
That wasn't a...
It was a hawk spit.
That was a loogie.
I was like, ooh.
Yeah, I call those loogies. That was because it was from the bottom.
She would have called that girl. Ooh, she went to jail. But we love that shit. We love the real hip hop of housewives of America.
Drama.
We love that stuff.
Drama sells.
Kardashians. We like the toxicity. It's entertaining. You know what? It makes us feel better about ourselves. Right? Because you're like, I'm toxic, but at least I don't do that. But you really do that.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell y'all people right now that at least ain't shit.
I don't know what it is.
I
don't know what that is.
At least?
What's at least? At least what?
At least I don't do that.
Oh.
At least.
I thought it was a show. What's at least? Never heard of that one.
Not a place. Not a person. Just
at least
people at least and but after once I hear you say shit like that, I don't want to. At least, but
the second you give me an apology and then you say but, I'm like, well,
that's out the window.
That probably don't mean a goddamn thing.
Yeah. So the at least. Yeah.
At least I didn't.
No, I don't want your at least.
No. But you still. What about that? What about the but you still?
At least get your shit and get out.
At least I didn't stab you.
Yeah.
Hit the road. So I don't mind a toxic thing, but even within toxic, don't be toxic.
We want to watch toxic. We don't want to be toxic.
Right. Even though I think we all got a little
I'm sure
toxic Avenger in us. All right. So let's move on to familial. This is the relationship where we feel the most obligation. Because it's family. And we have this unhealthy obligation to foster relationships with people just because they're family.
Are we fostering it or is it a forced foster?
It's still a foster because it's like you like, oh, that's your sister. Come on. That's your brother. Come on. That's your aunt. Come on. That's Pee-wee's second cousin on his auntie's side.
Pee-wee's second cousin on the auntie's side. It's crazy.
You know, you got to do. We family. You got to do that. Like, but if family is constantly disrespecting me, putting me down, making me feel bad about myself, how come it's not, hey, don't do that to them?
Right.
And why is it I have to turn the other cheek?
And so there's been this.
Not saying that my family does this.
Right, because you be having calls. As of late, I've been seeing online people discussing that they're no longer forcing their kids to speak to people that their kids don't want to speak to and
Right.
with family, like, speak to cousin so and so. Like, they're stopping it. So I don't know. I guess it's the generation after us,
Yeah.
but they're very strong on. Listen, I'm not forcing my kids to be in a family setting where neither one of us want to be in. And,
Right.
and that's how they feel, because I think what's happening is, as we said before, more people are just simply choosing their family. And I get along better with the family that I'm choosing versus the family that I've
Been born
into.
Right. Like, one thing I don't like is passive aggressive. I think that is one of the most cowardly things you can do. Because if you have something to say,
I think some people don't know.
Say something.
I think some people don't know when they're doing it, though.
I don't believe that.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Because you have something to say, but you want to say it in a way that don't get you punched in the face. I think I don't like it from regular people. We'll call them regular people. But from family, when we're supposed to be, and you can't be straight up with me, and you're gonna be passive aggressive, and then you do it as a joke to slight me. I fight family. I don't care. Men, women, and children. Especially if I told you something in confidence. I came to you.
And
you want to passive aggressive bring it up in a setting to make yourself feel good. I will throw hands at you. Not that anybody in my family has done this.
But we all know family.
Right. Family, you're gonna beef.
Shit.
You're gonna beef. We all have family issues. All right. No, if your family is perfect, your family is a bunch of serial killers. But within that, don't force me to be around people who has a history of disrespecting me just because we share some sort of bloodline.
Yeah.
Because if this person was a coworker and they actually were acting like this, you're not going to be like, oh, but they're your coworker.
No, you're going to knock their head off.
Right. You're not going to tell me to support that. You're going to be like, don't do that. So why is it just because your grandparents fucked and now we got brothers and siblings and now I'm here? I mean, I got to be cool with you.
Way to break that down, by the way.
No, I'm not doing that. If you're going to be disrespectful to me as a family member, no problem. Go that way. We're not twins. We weren't born at the same time. I cut a twin off. I don't care, nigga.
I've seen that done.
Right? It don't matter. So when it comes to familiar relationships, if it's toxic and it's bringing you down, if it's generally messing with your psyche, you don't have to.
You can boogie.
Especially as an adult. As a kid, it's different. You can't go no your kid.
Right.
All right. But as an adult, you don't have to be in that. You don't have to stand for that.
Yeah.
Just because they're your auntie don't mean they can't catch hands at Thanksgiving. Hit them with the turkey.
Yeah, nobody wants that shit.
Nobody wants that dry ass shit anyway. And maybe she'll shut that mouth up.
Nobody wants that dry shit anyway.
I'm just saying, why do we have to let ourselves continually be disrespected in these relationships with family because they're family?
I think that, and now I'm probably going to go too deep, so I'm not going to go too far in it. I think that because, especially with the Black family, we've been so fractured from the beginning that we've allowed certain things to continue to happen, all for the sake of trying to stay together.
Right, and I do understand that level. I do get that. We've been torn apart and stretched so thin for so long. We want to hold on to some remnants of bonds.
Yeah,
but that's not one-sided. If you want to hold on to the bond,
I agree.
Make the bond stronger between us and stop disrespecting me.
But it's also about sitting with yourself and realizing your wrongs. And I think people have a big issue with that. I self-check myself all the time, or second guess myself about, moves that I make, like, oh, did I make the right decision? Blah, blah, blah. I'm always like reevaluating myself because I hold my character to a really, a high standard. And if I'm playing myself just as well as I'll be quick to check, because I'm quick to check a motherfucker.
Are you? I've never noticed.
Oh, I am. And so as fast as I am to check somebody else, I need to be just as fast checking myself.
And then, that's the level of maturity that I think a lot of people need to get to. It's easier said than done.
I think you got to want it, though.
Right.
You got to want it.
You got to be self-aware. A lot of people aren't self-aware
Yeah.
on that level, I should say. I won't necessarily say I check myself, but I will be like, "What's I bugging?" And
That's checking yourself, though.
then I'll go out like, "Hey, let me ask you something." And he'd be like, "Nah, you bugging." I was bugging. You sure? Yeah, you wrong, nigga. I'm like, God damn. I gotta apologize.
A lot of people reach out to me, like, "You think I was wrong?" I'll be like,
Yeah,
you was wrong.
You sure? I'm gonna ask somebody else. I'm gonna ask somebody that agree with me.
But people do that in search. Like sometimes when people ask you for advice, they looking for you to agree with them.
Right. It's like,
and that right there, you be like, "What the fuck you call me for then?"
You call me? So here's what I do now when I give advice, because people do come to me for advice. A lot of people do turn to me for advice. I don't know why. I'm not together. I'll ask them, okay, do you want the truth, or do you want me to validate? I'll give you whichever one you want. And they be like, "Oh, I want the truth." Oh, you're wrong. Yeah, you are wrong 100%. Honestly, I wouldn't put up with you. Oh, you want to validate? No. Listen, you gotta do what you gotta do. If you hear me say you gotta do what you gotta do, believe me, I don't agree with you.
Right.
You gotta do what you gotta do. Whatever you think is best for you.
If you like it.
If you like it, I love it. I don't say that one, but I'm like, hey, listen, ain't my life. You gotta do what's best for you. So if you hear me say that, just know that I don't agree.
Rock out with your cock out till it fall out.
You got to chill for that. Oh, you used to. Not anymore.
Probably not. I'm
a man. I can
due to the current president.
I do what I want.
Anyway.
Grab some pussy next weekend.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, if you're familiar, bonds are being stressed in. You don't necessarily have to sever. Take a break.
Yeah. And that's one of my mechanisms. I'll pull back and just take a break. Because again, you can't change family.
Right.
Just take a break.
But they can catch these rights and lefts. All right. So entertainment relationships. These are your casuals, your friends with benefits, your how do you say this?
Go ahead. What?
You're trying to think of the right word. I might have lost for it. Frenemies. These are they're entertainment type things. Things where I'm gonna go over here for some shits and giggles. Or to be
places and spaces that you know you shouldn't be in, but you said, fuck it, I'm gonna do it anyway.
Be a little toxic over here. Let me sprinkle a little toxicity on this guy's life real quick.
Little razzle dazzle.
Those are fun. It can be for all ages. But I think a lot of times people take those relationships and try and force those to be the intimate relationships. They try and say, let's take the casual sex partner or friend with benefit, whatever age you are, whatever you say, shacking up or whatever.
Not the shacking.
People get involved in that, catch feelings. Somebody catch feelings, and then they try and force a relationship or something. Or let's say two people doing something they're not supposed to do, and they got two other people in their lives.
Right.
Then things get messy and Papoose and Remy. And now everything's messy because you wanted to entertain some silliness.
And I think that whenever you want to entertain silliness, or because I shouldn't even call it silliness, because it might be silly to me and great to you.
Silly.
Stay in your lane.
Oh, people.
Stay in your lane. Know your contractual agreement.
Contractual obligations, my man.
And stay in your lane.
People are habitual lane skippers.
And then people don't talk to people. Somebody done sexed you good. Y'all agreed that y'all would just be doing this just for that. And then you see that person out with somebody and now you mad.
Meanwhile, you with your person.
You mad. You in your feelings. And a lot of that is ego.
Ego.
It is. It's ego. Because how are you mad at something that you agreed to? You agreed to that.
How are you mad at something you doing Right now, I've heard people be out on dates with their partner, their actual partner, see their side person
Mm-hmm.
over there with their partner, and then they mad that they with this partner. Like,
And you know the terms and
you
conditions.
know, terms like you didn't read them. You didn't read the fine print.
No, you did, and you clearly don't give a.
Right, because like you said, it's ego. You
It
supposed to
is
be
ego.
at home waiting for me to call.
You know,
I mean, it's back to my talks. It's fun to watch, but I think when people try and do that, they try and force that into being in an intimate relationship, and then that's when it fails because you tried to make something that wasn't supposed to be.
listen. I'm not sure if I'm correct on this thinking right now that I'm about to say.
Let's hear it.
How many relationships from a side situation that decided to drop their mains have really worked out well?
Prince Charles and Camilla. Camilla was a side piece. She's queen now. Just saying.
But that's more optics.
It is optics. I mean, but you know, you go through.
But in the real world, like, because my thing is this: if I was your side,
Mm-hmm.
and now I done bumped myself up to main,
Mm-hmm.
who the new side?
Who the new side? And then even if the person doesn't have a new side, because maybe
But you're gonna always think that
Right.
they do. This is what I'm saying.
Right.
Like, so
who now you did this with me now. Right. I don't know.
relationships, man.
Them shits is.
And people are just not honest.
I
Like,
think honesty is a lost art in all relationships because people want to keep up appearances instead of being honest. Honest with yourself, honest with your partner. Sometimes, you know, you want to leave
listen,
and you don't be honest with yourself and be like, yo, you know what? This is we've come to this road. We're at the end of it. I can't do this no more. We had a good run. Peace out, my nigga. I'll see you. I'll catch you next time. You know, but people can't do that. You know, that's why a lot of relationships don't end amicably.
you know, people are weird in terms of like, it's okay to let it go.
It is. It is.
You might not move on just as fast, but the let go.
Sometimes.
Because who wants to be? I don't want to be in a space where I'm not wanted.
Not at all.
I don't. You know, do I enjoy being in a room with someone who I know I get on their nerves and they not going to say nothing to me? Of course.
But that's not
because I'm
wanted.
petty.
That's not
right.
Wanted.
But I'm just saying.
Right.
But I'm just saying I've been in spaces where it's uncomfortable in a way where it might not like it's being petty. But when I'm in a relationship, if I'm not like wanted, I'm not gonna stay where I'm simply not wanted. I'm not gonna stay.
Listen, you saw the post I put up the other day.
I'm just not gonna stay.
You saw the post I put up. Listen, I will move accordingly to how you do. If you show me you want me, I'm gonna show you I want you.
And then again, I understand we living in real times right now. No home should be just with one person doing the thing. And if y'all no longer getting along and because of financial reasons, y'all gotta thug it out. I understand that as well.
Thug it out.
However, that you still can make the establishment that we're doing this because
right
income reasons we have to stay.
But all of that comes down to communication.
It does.
That's the foundation of any and all relationships, no matter what it is. Communication. Communication is key. Let things be known. Don't sit around and hope this topic is going to be picked up by somebody at some point. If I'm feeling some type of way about you, I need to bring it to you sooner than later because one, later means it's unfestered. I done put a bunch of crap into it now.
Honesty with your partner is a hard thing because I think that people also have an issue with breaking someone's heart.
Yeah, but within not being honest, you're more
it's
likely to break their heart.
Right. But I think the immediate attention on it just brings certain levels of like,
I'd rather give a hard truth than a pretty lie. Because once that lie is discovered, it's going to be 10 times worse what the truth was.
Yeah.
Because now you lied to me. You didn't give me a chance to hear the truth and accept it and make a decision on my own. You decided that this is the best course for both of us. And then you probably kept doing the same bullshit. So now I got to sift through that. I look stupid because maybe I'm bigging you up to everybody and everybody know. Because not necessarily everybody going to tell you that somebody your partner's doing some funky monkey stuff. And that old man.
Because it's uncomfortable because you tell.
Right. Now you the bad guy.
And now you the bad guy and they back together. Right. You know, so that's why people be wanting to mind their business.
They jumping you. You're like, I was on your side. So you got to communicate. Even if it's something that they don't want to, not to be callous. You don't have to be callous. Like, look, this is what it is. And you better get over this.
Yeah.
It's, okay, I made a mistake. I did something wrong. This is what I did. Or, hey, I'm thinking about this. Bring it to your partner. Accept that this, whatever the truth is, could end the relationship.
Right. And
you hope it don't. And maybe you did something that it caused it, but you got to face those consequences. It just, that's the whole honest of it, the whole truth.
Pray that hope floats and don't end your boat.
Right.
Clear.
I like that. Pray. No. And we're going to segue that into intimate relationships, which I think communication should be the first, second, third, fourth, fifth thing. Communication in an intimate relationship, when we are locked in together. I chose you, you chose me. We're going to go against the world together. We chose each other because I'm in a polyamorous relationship. You have to be communicating all the time.
Right.
All right. Not to say that, you got to communicate like, look, you left the mayonnaise. Like, but in that same vein, if this is like, say, all right, I'll put it like this. One of the people I'm with don't like dishes in the sink.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? It's a big thing. Don't leave no dish. You make a dish, you wash a dish.
I mean, if you got up to go walk to the sink.
Right. Same logic. They have the same logic. I'm from a thing where, you know what, I'll just do dishes later. Not a problem, right? For me, it's not a problem either way. I don't always want to do the dish in the moment. All right? But am I going to keep doing something that's so minor, but to me, but major to them?
Mm.
Is it a burden to be like, you know what, they don't like this, I just wash the spoon and put it there? Why leave this spoon and cause a blow up? You have to
give a little,
get a little, or give a lot and get a lot. Pick and choose your battles. Is the argument worth leaving this spoon in the sink? Because you're going to be arguing. You know what you're going to do? Get up and wash the spoon anyway to shut them up, right? I'm going to do it to shut you up, but you could have did it and never heard.
In the beginning, right? Because you already knew what the outcome would be if you left it.
And we had discussion all the time. I was like, yo, listen, it's dumb. When I be doing it, I'm like, this is stupid because I don't feel like doing this, but I'm going to do it because I know this.
This is the part of the negotiable thing and within the relationship. Right.
If you've expressed to me, this upsets you. It's not like you didn't tell me and I did it and it's coming out of the blue. And I'm like, oh, hey, nigga, why? Oh, whoa, I didn't know. You've expressed this to me. We've had conversation at length about this.
Right.
So for me to do it now is purposeful. And that means I'm purposely trying to get on your nerves. You can't do that.
Right.
In the same vein, you cannot expect me to do something you don't tell me. You cannot hold me accountable for things that I don't know about. I cannot do the same for you. And that's with anything. You need to be open and honest about anything. People, and I'll put this on women. Sorry, this is on y'all. Most women have never had an orgasm. Why? Because you're too busy stroking the male ego. Instead of, because when a guy asks you, was it good? You go, oh, it was great. So he doesn't think, yeah, did my thing. Meanwhile, you in the bathroom, you vacuuming? Yeah, vacuuming the tub. When you could have been like, listen, I didn't quite get mine. Now, Some dudes can handle that.
Baby, the baby,
Most dudes can't.
baby, crumble like.
But if this is a person that's your partner and understands you, one, they're like, okay, let me give you some Gatorade. All right. And we're going to go again. Or they're going to talk, okay, well, what didn't I do? What did I do that took you out of the moment? That didn't let you get there? What am I not getting? What am I not hitting?
Right.
What am I not? What level of intimacy am I not like?
What am I not hitting is crazy.
Listen,
but it is what
but
it is. I think part of the problem is a lot of selfish lovers out here.
like 99% of them.
So I mean,
I'm
but
not one of them.
but talking to your partner about it or trying to,
Right.
it's having uncomfortable conversations is hard for people.
I understand that, and I really do understand that a lot of those, like especially that conversation, is uncomfortable. So you rather be comfortable and unsatisfied.
I don't know, because
not you. I know you, but
I'd be like,
right,
yeah, like to be unsatisfied in that area is really a full blown mind fuck.
yeah. I can't. I need.
It really is. It's like that, like
Yeah,
fucking,
yeah.
like,
But
like,
but in that within that, you have to communicate to your partner your dissatisfaction, not in a hurtful way, not like, hey, listen, bro, you gave it a try.
I've had someone tell me, like, I'm not that good, right?
Well, that's self-deprecating and off-putting.
And I was just like, this is not the space to have this conversation while we in a lounge with mad music playing.
Right. That's an intimate. That's a, hey, let's go home, me and you.
Whenever you get the chance, like, because he was talking to me, he was like, and I was just like, why would you say that right now?
Right. You fucking up the night, right?
And I just was like, so you intentionally know that you are not doing your best. You know you're not doing your best.
Right.
But you still continue to not do your best.
That made you go, you know what?
And that's why your best left. Because you.
That was that.
Yeah, that was a 90s
yeah.
reach out. Yeah, because to finally see what it feels like to be unsatisfied in that nature can definitely drive somebody crazy.
Right, because you're with this person, you even if you're not married, you decide you're gonna be with this person, you've committed on a level, not the ultimate level, on a level. So you want to honor that commitment, but now you're not getting satisfied, and you know you can call up somebody,
and right,
and then you know you rationalize it at that point. You go, listen, I love them, they great in this area. I just need this. Let me just call this person who stays in their lane.
Right.
But now
and at that point, it's just like, you know, I want to grow up. So I'm not going to do that.
You're just going to end it.
So I just end it.
Right. But you have to have that conversation. You're not just ending it without that conversation. This is just my whole point. We have to have all those uncomfortable conversations.
Just don't be unintentional with people.
Right. Don't waste nobody's time.
That's it. Just don't be unintentional. And if you are being that way, just make sure everybody knows the terms.
Sometimes if you up front, you be surprised. This with me saying this to the fellas. If you be up front,
you surprised what you're getting yes to.
Would you be like, oh
yeah,
oh
yeah,
okay, but then don't get your feelings hurt. So have the uncomfortable conversations for your peace of mind.
Absolutely.
If you want to know something,
and maybe, and I might be pushing it, if the conversation is uncomfortable for you to have, then maybe that's not your person.
If you feel like you can't bring the conversation up,
then maybe that's not your person.
Right. Because even if the conversation is uncomfortable, you should know I can talk to them.
Yeah.
I know they're not going to have a terrible reaction.
And that's it.
That's a good one. I like that. Take that. So, like, if you want to know something, let's say you're in a relationship, it's just starting. Let's say you're about 3 months in.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you're about 3 months in, right? You don't know where you're at. let's be honest. In about 3 months, you can go what? Maybe 6 dates, 7 dates if you really push it. I'm asking. I don't know.
I'm assuming 1 day every 2 weeks.
All right, so around that. But they've been great dates. You kind of been even in between the dates. You're talking, you're texting, you're putting out the good signs,
Right.
right? You want to know where you're at within this relationship. Okay, are we exclusive? What are we doing here?
Right.
Should you wait for them to say something, or should you bring it up yourself?
You should, if this is where you want to be, you should stake your claim before somebody else does.
Ooh, stake your claim. You got isms today. Stake your claim before somebody else does. Right. Let that person know they want it. Right.
Yeah, because the next motherfucker will, and then you'll be sitting there still with your thought.
Thoughting.
Yeah, I thought.
Okay.
I thought. Yeah.
But yeah, I think, at a certain point, we cannot assume the other person, and this is at any level of stage.
Right.
We can't assume the other person is going to bring up the topic. One, because they could be waiting for you to do it. And now, since y'all both waiting, nobody's going to do it. Two, they could be unaware.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. I am all for the man to come tell me he wants me and blah, blah, blah. It's great.
Is it though?
In a Disney movie.
Is it though?
It's great in a Disney movie. But it's not based in real reality. I do appreciate a man who steps up and say, yo, this is what I want. But let's be honest here. The real person in the relationship is the woman. She's basically
She
everything.
dictates the terms.
She pushes the line. And so if that's what you want, then you need to speak up.
Right. And I don't think it has to be in a forceful way.
It doesn't.
It could be, hey, listen, this is where I am.
It doesn't. It comes off from me forceful because I am a bit forceful.
You motherfucking fuck you quick.
Right. But
listen, hey, this is where I am. All right. I just want to see where you're at. So we can be on the same page.
Yeah.
Not necessarily if we're not on the same page, we can't be together. But now you know where I am.
Because I can now gauge where this needs to go.
Right.
Absolutely. Like, I mean, why sit in limbo? Because a guy will make you sit in limbo for 5 years.
Yeah, a girl will too. Because that shit goes both ways.
That was personal.
It was. But I'm not going to say it's all hell. But
it's not.
It's all
communication.
It's you have to talk to each other. You have to. If you want the answer, you know that who has it. Go ask the question.
Because I'm gonna tell you now, dating, the definition for it is different for everybody. So different. And so if you're only dating, in my opinion, that means that person is also dating other people.
I think the term dating, for whatever reason, from our generation to the next generation behind us, got
convoluted,
misconceived or something. Because dating is, I'm playing the field. I'm dating people. I'm saying who I want to be with. Dating versus going on a date with your person is different.
Right.
When you're dating, I'm however many you want to date. There's no number limit. That doesn't mean you're being sexual with these people.
No, it doesn't.
But you're dating to gauge who you want to go to that next level with. All right. And then when you find that person, then y'all have that discussion. Hey, listen,
right.
I'm here with you. This is where I am. Where are you? Because they may not be there. They may still be. I'm still want to date other people too.
Right.
So let you know, okay, maybe I need to
fall back
and redirect myself because this is what I'm looking for in my life right now. And you may not be ready for that.
And it's really just that simple. But maybe it isn't.
I will say, and I said this before we started, you said there's no rules, but I think it is. The rules to dating are different now. It used to be, and I will say our generation was kind of the cutoff, where a man really pursued the woman. I think in our generation, women did start pursuing men more, but it was still kind of established the men would be the pursuer,
the predominant,
the courter, and the woman would be the courted. And we would do those things. But as it changed, I'll catch flack for it. Women kind of changed the rules. And so,
in what sense?
In what sense of it's now almost looked down upon, frowned upon if I approach you. Now I'm simping. Now I'm this type of dude. Like,
Oh, I don't think we made simping.
we didn't make the term simping,
I think that,
but it's the same. Oh, you soft. You like, why you like?
I think that more so came from guys trying to hate on other guys.
But women do it too. Women do it too. The same men our age group who was dumping on you know what I'm talking about, Russell Wilson.
Oh God.
Women were doing it too. Oh, he's soft. He like, but this is the type of dude you said you want. He's about his wife. I've never seen nobody more about their person. Which made me be like, that nigga cheating. But I think he's genuine.
He is.
And I don't see him as simping because she's not
First of all, you can't simp after your wife.
I think you should.
No, what I'm saying is that term to me can't fit for them because
I think you should be the ultimate simp for your
partner.
partner.
No, I think he's lusting over his wife. He's loving his wife, but I don't know.
But that's what they consider simping. Him doting upon her, him bigging her up, but you clown him, but then putting about, I need this person type of love.
You need Ciara's prayer. That's what you need. Because I think that people are attracted to toxic types that they wish would be aggressive outdoors and like Russell Wilson indoors.
Right. And there's a balance between that. But you can't clown somebody for doing for their person what you want done. You know, it's almost become to a point where nice guys don't even finish last. They don't have a chance in a race.
Mm.
Like, you want this, I want the scammer. I want that. I want that. I want. Okay, but then when this person do you dirty, you go cry on a nice guy's shoulder. And you know what? Nowadays, nice guys, they ain't got time for you no more.
Yeah.
Because they are understanding their value. You know, I was always been a nice guy. I kind of got changed. I did. I was a very sweet young man.
I didn't know him all his life. I don't know how true that is.
Women ruined me. I got the most heinous thing said to me by girls I liked. Hey, I mean, it was like, should I kill myself? Like, is that what you want me to do? There was a girl who I used to chill with and hang out in high school. I liked her a lot. We did a lot of things together. We went a lot of places together. We was always together in high school. People thought we were a couple. This is before Can. So I'm like, well, fuck, if people think we're a couple, I like spending time with you. I was like, hey, so, you know, what's up? You want to try being my girl? I remember the whole sentence because I was like, it made me hate myself.
Oh, God.
She said,
I'm scared.
She said, I really do like you, but I can't date you because you're too dark for me. And I was like,
was she black herself?
She was a black girl, but she was light skinned. And I was like, wait, so you like me, but because I'm dark? And I'm like, remember we have this conversation? I'm like, I'm dark. You're like, you're not that dark. I'm like, I'm dark. That still fucks with me. It made me feel a way about my skin color.
Right.
My skin. I'm like, oh, I had another girl who I liked. She was mad cool. We did a lot together. She lived in close proximity to me. I really liked this girl.
But then
I really liked this girl. I met her pops and everything. Because we was always together. So she was always dating these dudes. And then complaining to me about these dudes who would do her dirty. I'm like, hey, nice, good guy here.
Right.
I'm like, you know what? Can I try being your man? Right? She agreed to it.
But then
I was dumb happy. I'm like, oh shit, beautiful girl. And I got on my arm. We got on the train. We went to school. We got to school a little late, so we had to go. You don't get over the first period. You had to go to the
right.
We went to this room waiting for second period to start. Second period start. I went over to her. And she was like, I'm breaking up with you. And I was like, oh, okay. Okay, so I'm just a fucking toy to you. Got you.
I mean,
Got you. To that point where it was like, I'm not fucking with y'all no more. Y'all want to treat me like this? No problem. I'm gonna be that way.
but why it gotta be a y'all thing? Because it won't be everybody.
Hey,
But I get it. It's
hurt people,
just
hurt people.
experience. Okay.
Hurt people,
Fair.
hurt people. Now, I didn't turn out
Right.
horrible. I've had another experience that
Questionable about the didn't turn out hard.
I'm not horrible. Mostly. Treat you good. Treat you good. Shut your punk ass up. And then I ended up with who I'm with, and you know, I'm all the more better for it.
Right.
But those experiences stuck with me, and it changed how I perceive myself.
It shaped you,
and it changed how I would even approach a woman. Because now I have a lot of unnecessary self-doubt and a lot of guards up.
right?
I used to like to think I didn't have any walls up until I'm like, no, dude, everyone's like, no, dude, you have a bunch of walls. Like you don't understand how hard we're working. I'm like, oh my bad. I didn't even know.
It's like, oh,
I'm 20 years in with this one, and I didn't realize I had walls up. I was like, no, you have walls up. Oh,
you thought you didn't have walls up
right.
because of your
Like longevity, how I am, but
nah.
but I realized that if you are a certain way, right, consistently for however long time, if you're this way, and then you change how you are. Remember, I'm very perceptive. I notice if you text me different, I'm like, that's not how you text me. That's not how you say. You good? You all right?
Mm-hmm.
And you change that way, I recoil. I immediately.
Okay.
Because now I'm like, okay, what did I do? Did I do something wrong? Are they mad at me? Maybe I need to give them space. Okay, you know what? Now I'm not gonna talk to them until they want to talk to me.
But that's the same.
Right, but I recoil because I'm like, my whole thing is, if I've done something to make you mad, you need your space, I don't want to come into your space.
Right, but wouldn't that be the same reaction?
Right.
With the couple of not addressing.
Right. It's I'm not saying I'm perfect.
No, I'm not saying that you are, but
but I'm just saying I'm aware that I recoil where I try, and I do try like, hey, are you okay? Are you good? And if you tell me that, but then you can still continue on this pattern that you haven't been on.
Right.
I'm not gonna keep asking. But I'm also gonna be like very standoffish. I'm gonna be on eggshells now. I'm like, whenever you're ready to talk. I feed off of energy, and if your energy switches, I notice it immediately. I can tell the type of day you have by how you text me when I greet you. I'm like, oh, it's a little off day today. Oh, she's really good today.
You'll be like, eh.
Right. And I'm like, hey, are you doing okay? Oh, I had this day. I'm straight, you know. But it all comes down to communication. You have to communicate that. You're right. You know, I'm not saying it's right that I recoil, but that's my safeguard because of what happened. I you know, and I do that with all the friendships and everything. If I reach out to you 2 or 3 times and you don't respond, oh buddy.
What's that? No problem.
No problem. When you want to reach out to me, I'm not going to be nasty to you. I'm just not going to keep, hey, what's going on? No problem. I got to text you twice today. You didn't say shit. Balls in your court. When you're ready to talk, you talk. I won't text you for days.
I'm out. Listen.
You know, it's hard doing that in an intimate relationship because you've had there should be at least a base level of communication.
And that's why I said, if it's your person and that's who you want, you go get it before somebody else does.
Go get it before somebody else. I'm talking to you. Yes, you. Yes, you.
Because at the end of the day, whether you're scared about it working out or not, you still didn't shoot your shot.
You got to shoot your shot.
And shooting your shot is not these damn dates.
It's not.
Shooting your shot is not these damn dates.
You have to establish what you are.
That's it.
Yeah, listen, this is where I am. Where are you? Are we on the same page? Are we close to being on the same page?
Right. And if you need it the Ebonic way, is you is or is you ain't my baby.
I hate it. I hated that as a kid.
And you still hate it?
I hate it now. When I was a kid, I was like, that is racist. That's a Tom and Jerry thing. Tom never spoke. Tom and Jerry is silent. It's a cat and a mouse. Tom is the cat, Jerry's the mouse. Tom never spoke. Never spoke.
He didn't.
The first time he speaks is over some white cat, and he goes, "Is you is or is," and sang it, "Ain't my baby. Is you is or is you ain't my baby." I was like, that
But no, seriously.
was racist. Anyway,
But no,
but
seriously.
you gotta establish
But you got it.
it.
You have to take what you want, or it will get taken.
And within that, it shows one, I want you. Two, I'm putting myself out there for you. Okay. Which is, like you said before we started, that's hard,
It is hard.
especially if you've been heartbroken.
It is hard.
Okay.
And I commend people who are willing to continuously go through heartbreak because they are simply in love with love. I really do like those people. I do. I'd be like, you're so courageous.
Too, because I love you're delusional. I'm in love with love. Oh, well,
no, but
get your head out the fucking clouds.
So when I say in
I know
love
what you
with
mean.
love,
I know what you mean. I just
right, like the fact that they're willing to just be like, dust themselves off and be like, well,
try again.
And try again.
If first you don't succeed, I'm not gonna sing the rest of it because we can't even pay for it.
Fuck the shit.
But like, all right, so I'm gonna put your business out there a little bit, Ma. Sorry. When my mom and my dad separated, right? They went to separate. They were separated for years, right? She moved down south. She reconnected with a dude, all right? At the beginning stages, courting, everything is great,
Right.
She called one night. She was very scared. I never seen my mom like that. Very nervous, very unsure. I'm like, "What's going on, Mom?" She's like, "Listen, I don't." She was with my dad for a long time,
Right?
And it did not end well. They didn't like each other. It is what it is. But once you go through that, you have a lot of walls up,
right?
And she gets to the dude. And he's a good dude. I definitely mess with him. He's a very good dude. She called me. She's like, "I love him, but I'm scared." She's like, I don't want my heart broken anymore. She's my mom.
Yeah.
She ain't young.
Right. Right.
She, as Deion Cole said, she ain't got that many summers left.
Right.
Right. So I can understand where she's coming from. Like, this person showing me all the things that I want in somebody, but I'm scared to open up because of what I've been through in the past. I told my mom, and this is the quote I want to tell you that I came up with. I was like, that's the essence of love. It's putting your heart on the line, knowing that it could possibly be broken, but still doing it anyway.
Right. It's courage.
And it's not easy to do. It's very courageous because you're saying, and it's the ultimate form of trust. It's saying, listen, I know what you can do to me in terms of breaking my heart. And I'm still going to give it to you and trust and hope that you don't break it. The right person is going to safeguard that because they understand. All right, I understand what you've been through. Right. I understand that if this doesn't go, and let's say it can't work out, or it can't not work out, but it has to not work out in a certain way. Not where I just break your heart. It's just, hey, listen.
That's what I was about to say. Things can not work out and your heart still be whole.
Right.
I think it's in the way in which it happens.
Right. It's like, don't betray me. Don't fuck me over. If we just don't work, we just don't work. Right. And we
because there is a such thing as, falling
out of love.
You're not, I don't think that marriage couples are deep in love every day. There's some times where you probably be like,
are not.
Right. But there's moments in the marriage where you just it feels like that time when you just fell back into it again, right. Whatever the case may be.
I would say that's more of not so much falling back in love,
being in a deep state of it,
but just that's my person. Yeah. No.
Like, there you go.
Yeah, there
Right.
you go.
Okay.
And it's like, yeah, we had the argument, but yeah, nah,
I see you.
I still see you.
Right.
Because even when you argue, you have to argue with love. You have to argue with
Nice.
love. It has to be you and your partner versus the problem, not the problem in between
And
you and your
between your
partner.
partner.
Because if you're arguing with your partner, and you're going to argue, if you have a relationship where you don't argue, someone's going to get an axe at some point,
Right in the sleep.
right in the sleep. If you're going to argue, understand you don't argue to hurt the person. You don't argue, and you don't use the deep things that they've confided in you
to
hurt them.
hurt them.
I'm not arguing because I want to hurt you. I'm arguing because maybe I'm hurt and there's something we have to fix.
Right.
And it's okay in that argument to say, listen, I can't do this right now, because you feel I'm just going to be screaming
Right.
and we're not going to get anywhere. It's okay to, we need to take a break right now, separate, let me cool down, you cool down, and we come back. But make sure, in my opinion, you make sure you come back before you go to sleep,
Mm-hmm.
and you talk to each other. You listen to each other. You hear each other. Understand, I hear where you're coming from. I hear where you're coming from. I understand your feelings. You understand my feelings. And when it comes to feelings, as my man says, Victor F., just because you feel that way doesn't make it true. And I know people are going to recoil and not like that sentence.
However,
but it's very true. Just because you feel a certain way does not make that the absolute truth of the situation. I feel a way about certain things. I have to sometimes, I try, I can't say I'm successful all the time.
mm-hmm.
I do have a high success rate, but I'm not successful all the time, especially in the moment. Be like, okay, am I upset because I'm feeling this person did this? Or is that evidence to support what I did? If there's no evidence to support how I'm feeling, I got to let it go, because I'm making it up. I may not like that this person's doing this, but they're not doing anything wrong.
Right. I think that the problem is people try to turn feelings into facts.
Right.
And feelings are just, it's
Feelings.
how you feel.
Right.
And they can't be right or wrong, but your actions to the feelings,
right,
is what causes the problem.
Right. So if you are doing something I don't like, right? Am I going to lash out at you? Or I'm going to go, okay, well, maybe I feel like you're intentionally ignoring me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I text you twice today. You usually text me back within 20 minutes, which you only do text me back pretty fast a lot of times. And you do that, so you do that 99 times in a row. On the 100th time I text you, you don't text me back. I text you again. 2-3 hours go by. Am I going to be like, oh, how the fuck they go? How dare they do this? Or am I going to be like, you know what? Usually they text me back. So now, are they busy? Is something going on? Are they okay? You know, because you might be jammed up.
Mm-hmm.
I feel slighted because you're not texting me back, but I don't understand why. Hey, listen, I was in a meetings. I couldn't text you back. Hey, I was caught up with doing this. You know, you got things with your family.
Mm-hmm.
I was in a position to text you back. It's unfair of me when you finally do communicate back to me to be lashing out at you.
Right.
Especially not knowing.
You never know what happened.
Right. Now, if you be like, oh, no, I was chilling with the fellas and I just, you couldn't look at your fucking phone. That I get. Because even when you're chilling with the fellas, you do look at your phone.
Right.
If you were bullshitting and doing nothing, listen, you got no leg to stand on. In my book, I don't know how you do your thing. In my book, you
right.
You could have texted me back, or you could be like, hey, listen, I'm just with the fellas right now, right? Especially if I seen you seen it. Oh, if I seen you seen it, recoil. But if you
I
have,
have been guilty of seeing something and then getting distracted like a squirrel.
I mean, we all have. We've all done it. We've all done it.
And then be like, "Ooh, I thought I texted you
Right.
back."
Right. But see, there's remorse in
Like,
that.
ooh.
You know, it's not like, oh, well, what up, nigga? I saw it. It's how you react to what's going on.
Right.
But I cannot forget about the 99
Right.
when the 100s messed up because you have a track record of being perfect.
But people tend to harp on whatever's negative
Right.
to achieve their point.
Right, because you want to validate your feelings without looking at what that situation actually is. And that's unfair to your person.
It is.
That's unfair to your friends.
It is.
You can't do that. You have to give people some grace.
You do.
You should. You don't gotta do shit. You should.
You said, no, let me take that back. You should.
So intimate relationships are very tricky because they're easily destroyed over silliness, over some minute things that could be talked about.
People are master manipulators.
All of them are.
And
I'm really good.
and that's a part of the issue. People flip being a victim and things of that nature, and it just makes it more complicated. But if
Right.
people understand what they have in front of them and kind of establish what they want to do moving forth, in the hopes that, and I'm saying this, maybe it'll just make things easier.
You would think so, but you know,
Maybe.
it don't. Like my point, I'm in a polyamorous relationship. All right, I have two wives. All right, the communication that needs to take on to keep that balance, astronomical. First of all, people say here you're in a polyamorous relationship. The first thing is, oh, y'all just be sexting on each other all the time. Not even close. Not even close.
It sound like a lot of
Right.
talking.
It's constant communication. It's constant reassurance. On all three parts for each other. There's constant putting out fires of jealousy, constantly trying to find a balance. It's not easy to do. So the communication in that type of has to be so far in the forefront. You have to have the conversation before you have the conversation.
Right.
You know, this you shouldn't let things fester in a monogamous relationship. I lost the word for a second.
Oh.
But you really can't let it in a polyamorous relationship. You have to speak on issues. You need to bring that issue to the forefront.
You have to foresee the issues and put out and try to put out the fires before.
Right. Are you going to be successful? No, you're not. It's a constant battle, but it's the reassurance that people. It's really 90% reassurance.
Right.
And I'm not talking about for the women, for you too. You know, we all need reassurance. All of us do.
Right.
All right. It's constantly making somebody feel wanted. And I will listen, ladies. Listen to me, ladies. Fellas ain't gonna say it because they think it's soft to say. I'm gonna say it for the fellas. Fellas, y'all ain't gotta say nothing in the comments. I got you. We want to feel wanted too.
Oh,
We
yeah.
want to feel chased after too. I don't want to hear that. I ain't chasing no dude. Well, that's why you running by yourself.
Ooh.
We want to feel. I want to be the little spoon.
But he can't be.
No, which is why I changed it. Which is why I changed it. I may not be able to be the little spoon, but you can be my jetpack.
Oh, that is true.
So now when I say, hey, jetpack, they know I want to be held. Let people know you want to be held. Tell them what you need. Tell them what you want. Right? We want to feel wanted too. I understand that you want a man who's going to take charge, who's going to be this, who's going to show this, who show that initiative. Great. Awesome.
You have to also be what you want.
If I give you that 9 out of the 10 times, you got to give me that 10. That one time will last for months.
Right.
Months. You get time in between to re-up and do something else.
Not re-up.
Yeah, it lasts for months. You want to be thrown against the wall and all this other stuff too? Do that for your man one time. Be aggressive, not you. You're fine.
It's like, oh.
But be aggressive. Be like, yo, hey, go to drop them drawers. He gonna be like, excuse me? And he gonna be like, well, don't talk about it. And he gonna go do it. But it's like, I want you to. Send him that dirty text, a little when you in a meeting. Not necessarily you gotta be
right, but the conversation, talk.
oh, I
language.
really wish I was there. Oh,
it matters.
Be the reason he has to hide his phone. Send the picture every once in a while without saying that. He's like, it shows I'm on. It shows I'm on your mind.
Right. Listen.
It makes me feel good. Maybe I'm not speaking for dudes, but I know when I know you show that I'm on your mind, you show that you want me, you show that you crave me and lust after me the same way I do. You want me around.
Right.
I'm gonna show you that 10 times more. But the second you make me feel like I'm unwanted, me, Jason, you make me feel like I'm not wanted, oh, I'm out. No problem. You don't want me here? Oh, okay. Watch this. Smoke cloud. I'm not gonna be where I'm not wanted. Watch this. I'm not gonna be where I'm not wanted.
Oh man.
Why am I gonna stay in a place where you don't want me here? No problem.
Agreed.
I got you.
Agreed.
I tell both of them all the time. They hate this shit. But I tell them, I was like, listen, y'all make the rules. I just follow along accordingly. So this is what you want to do? No problem. This is what we're doing. They both hate that. No.
If you the one making up the rules.
But listen, I don't make the rules. I just follow along. But everything, at the end of the day, everything, this friendship, and you're my best friend. It doesn't work without communication.
Right.
My relationship with Ken and Liz don't work without communication. My relationship with my daughters don't work without communication. My best friend Ern, who's locked up, it doesn't work without communication. Vic, it doesn't work without communication. My relationship with Tazi don't work without communication. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, no, I get it. You gotta talk.
You gotta talk. That's the number one way for us to stay connected to each other.
You gotta talk or not. And the or not means that there is no more relationship.
Or not means we not.
Right. That's it.
And what we not going to do
dropping bars
is continue this episode because it's been like 2 hours now.
Oh, sugar.
So we're going to end it there. I hope you guys learned something. I hope I didn't talk too much. We'll see what we see. You can catch this episode. I think I'm going to have it out by this coming Friday. Actually, I think this is the 28th.
Yes.
This is 28th? No, 27th. 27th. Has to be 27th.
Okay. You sure? I
have a doctor's appointment on the 30th. I don't think the 30th is a Sunday. So it has to be 27th.
Okay.
Whatever this Friday is, this episode should be out on YouTube. We have other episodes out. Last week's episode's out. Watch that. The numbers is a little
shaky,
low. So I'm going to need y'all to like, subscribe, share. Please share. Even if you don't want to watch it, with your dick for that, share it to your friends. Put it on your page real quick. It doesn't hurt. It takes one click. Share it. We're on Spotify as well in case you just want to hear it. You got anything else?
That's it. God bless. No stress.
God bless. Women always stress. Take it easy. It's a free frame. All right, we're done.
You knew I'd be shocked by that. Like,